Carpe Canis. Last night's hunt up in Montague County, Texas was successful due in large part to the use of my IR Defense IR Hunter MKIII thermal weapon sight with its 4.5 power native magnification. Since I've started using this sight, I've gotten several questions about its capabilities, and so before we get to the action, I thought I'd give a few examples of just how well it performs at distance. Here I have the scope zoomed into 9 power, and you can clearly see these horses at 500 yards. Again at 9 power, these two deer can be identified at 800 yards. And this is a hog at 4.5 power, 9, and 18 power, at 1100 to 1200 yards. At about 7:20 in the evening, with the scope at 9 power, I identified this coyote coming across the fence at 325 yards. I ended up watching him for quite a while, about 10 minutes in fact. A couple of minutes later, the coyote had only come in about 25 yards, so I went ahead and zoomed out to 4.5 power to see if there were any other coyotes in the area, or if this was just a loner. At more than 250 yards out, the coyote still looked pretty small at 4.5 power, so I went ahead and bumped up the magnification to 9 power. At this point, she disappeared behind a small ridge and didn't reappear until a few minutes later. I had the collar set up to the left in this image, and I expected the coyote to go that way, but she didn't and continued to the right, so I had to make a series of adjustments in my shooting position in order to get lined up on her. I had tried cycling through 2 or 3 different sounds during the course of watching the coyote, and she would stop every so often and take notice and then continue on her way. As she was getting close enough, I resorted to good old-fashioned lip squeaking. The first shot put her down, but to my surprise, she started getting back up. As you can see, she had excellent camouflage for this field, but she could not hide from thermal. The first shot entered at her right shoulder, breaking it, and exited above her left hip. The second shot entered her neck on the left and exited on the right.